Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is why we need to use tuple like this x comma. So while iterating list of elements, so mainly while processing to create data frame. So that means suppose we have input as list of elements like this and we want to create data frame like this single column. So single column data frame, we need to create it. And for this particular column, we need to pass these elements. So what? This list of elements. So this list of elements, how to pass when we are creating single column data frame. So here we are using spark.create data frame and this list of elements I'm iterating. So by using list comprehension, I'm iterating. So my first thing is AX for AX in data. So that means each element of this, I want to pass to this column. So here I'm using tuple. So x comma. So this is tuple. So why we should not use x instead of this? So if you see here, suppose if I pass only x here, so it throwing error. Okay, so it not generating error data frame. So we'll see what is the reason behind this. So why we need to use x comma in the form of tuple and why not just x? Okay, so the main reason is see when we defined list comprehension with tuple of x, what it does is so it will create list of single element tuples. So that means x comma no. So what is our first x? Our first value is 15. So this 15, so whatever here is a no, tuple x comma. So in x place, it will replace with 15. So that means each item is a tuple with a single element. See, this is one tuple and it has single element. So while creating tuple of single element, we need to provide comma. If you don't provide comma, then it will throw error. So similar way, second element is 25 comma, third element is 36 comma, and so on up to 9, up to last. Okay, so each element is a tuple with one element which maps correctly to the one column schema. So that means we have only one column that is numbers. So normally, if you see while creating data frame, so what will pass here normally? This list of tuples. So normally we'll be having here data and here it will be schema. So here this data, what will pass normally is here we'll define here and we'll pass a list of tuples. So here we have list of elements. So normally list of tuples. So list and inside tuple. So based on columns, suppose I have 4 columns. So each tuple will be having 4 elements. So like that will pass normally. So even though while creating single column data frame, it will expect similar way. So create data frame expects each element of the input list to be row, which means it will be either tuple or list. So if you see number of different methods to create data frame, so while defining data, we can follow different methods. So either we can create by using list of tuples or list or list of dictionary. Okay. So when you write this one, so what it does is it creates list of tuples and each containing single value. So that means this one. So this is list of tuples and each tuple containing single element. Okay, so that is same schema, it expects numbers since we have column. So each row has one value. So it create a tuple of one element. Okay, so next, what will happen if you use only X? So earlier we mentioned tuple of X. So tuple of X comma we mentioned. So now we have only X here. So if you use this list comprehension, what it does is, so list, it will generate list of elements because we have only X here. So our first value is 15, 25, and so on. So finally, what is this is list of integers. Okay, so it is not list of rows or tuples or list or dictionary. So this is just list of integers. So Spark does not know how to treat integer as row. So it expects like this, either single tuple or list of element. So mainly when we are dealing with single column. So it expect either this or this. But if you give like this, it doesn't know how to handle this kind of values. And if you try to create like this, see list of elements, so it will throw error. So what error will get? Struct type can only be treated from list or tuple. Okay, so list or tuple only it will take value, but we got class of integer. So either you'll get this error or struct type cannot be applied to an integer because Spark tries to interpret 15 as row and it cannot match it to schema. So what is our schema? Either list or tuple. So this schema is not matching to this integer value. So what is the alternate approach? So in first approach, we used single tuple. So like this. Now we'll see a second approach by using list. That means list means this list of X. That means one element clicks. So what Spark do is it will treat this one as single row entry. So if you see this list comprehension, so earlier we used single element of tuple. Okay, single element of tuple. So here I'm trying with single element of list. Okay, so even with the list also, it can able to generate the data frame. So there are two options. One is by using tuple, list of tuple, or simply list. So two methods. And what is the alternative method is by using row method. So while creating a data frame, so here in this list comprehension, no. So first we tried with single tuple, then with the list we tried. Now third one is row method, row of numbers equal to X. Okay, so that means numbers equal to X means whatever in list we have elements, no, that it will pass here. So for first row, my number is 15, that is one. For second row, my number is 25. That means this list of elements, it will pass one by one. So this list of elements, it will pass one by one. So this is our third method using row method. And what is the summary is, first if you use with a tuple. So first we have list comprehension for iterating list of elements. So in this first we are using tuple, single element tuple. So this works fine. So tuple per row, that means single element. Spark accepts this. And second one is list. So this also works and list per row. So earlier tuple per row, This is a list per row. So Spark accepts this. But if you pass only X, so it won't work, and it is just a list of integers. So Spark can't handle this integers. Okay, so there is one more alternate example. See, earlier we given list of elements. Okay, so here what I'm doing, here I am passing list of tuples. So first I have list, and inside that I have tuples, and each tuple has single element with comma. So, and this data I'm passing here, this list of tuples, and my ID column name is ID. See, now it can able to generate. Okay, so by passing list of tuples, it can able to generate. So you can try with these 4 different methods. So that's all about this video. So why we need to use while iterating data frame elements, why we need to use this? Why not X? So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.